Today in the crypto space, we see the crypto market doing a lot of nothing. Bitcoin still at about 26,000, Ethereum still hovering around that $1,600 mark, and the rest of the crypto space following Bitcoin's lead, doing nothing much, just hanging around waiting for some volatility. Today we do have some price action with Dora. Have no idea what that is, but we'll definitely take a look. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one altcoin that is super bullish and it's been getting a bit of a bounce. And that project is called Gains for a Living. GFAL is the ticker. So you know what? Let's talk about the news. Let's analyze the charts and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate that strategy, subscribe to the channel, click that bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects that you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is a great community, lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and a lot of good learning resources. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Let's take a look at what's happening here. Of course, Bitcoin not doing much, sideways, Ethereum sideways, BNB sideways, and many projects here still within range going sideways. We have Tron looking a little bit good, a little bounce to the upside, but nothing significant. And as I keep on scrolling down through the top 100, you see a lot of sideways price action. Extremely boring here, and this is where we're going to see a lot of market participants exiting this market. Either they're getting wrecked or they're just bored, looking for other opportunities, looking for other entertainment value. And right now, the crypto space is definitely not giving it to you. However, guys, there is value to be had. It may not be entertaining, but there is value. Research, guys. Start learning, start picking one project at a time and start digging deep. Guys, if you appreciate the deep dives, I do release deep dives every Sunday. My last one was on BitTensor DAO. I do have many others. Go check them out. I did do one on Taraxa. I did one on Dynex. I did one on Microvision. I did many. So go check them out, guys. I get into the fundamentals, meaning I look at the team. I look at the price a little bit of price action, of course, but I also look at the fundamentals, meaning what is the value proposition, the overall value proposition that these projects are trying to offer the market. And guys, that's what I focus on in those deep dives, so go check them out. But you can see, like, a lot of these projects right now are boring, so we have the time and we have the opportunity to check out projects, especially the small caps that are coming out with good value propositions. Okay, so this is a great time to do that. A lot of sideways, quant back above, slightly above that $100 mark, so that's really good. Filecoin hanging out there, not doing much. We got a bit of a dip on MNT Mantle, bit of a dip, down 6%. We have Optimism and all Near Protocol, VeChain, Arbitrum, all sideways. Caspa still looking pretty good. It's up 19% in 7 days. A little bit of a dip in the last 24 hours, 2.4%. And you can see, upon this double top, it is a higher high. You got to admit, it is a higher high. It should show us a bit of strength, of course, if it's going to continue to the upside. But the 4-hour looks a bit bearish right now. The 1 hour has been showing bearish divergence, expecting a bit of a dip. We could get a sweep of the highs and finally start rolling over, guys. Here on the channel, I don't mind going bearish or bullish. I want to be objective. I want to keep my mind very objective, and I don't want to have any biases. And unfortunately, sometimes certain communities do not accept that. They don't accept it, and they basically alienate you if you do have a point of opinion. Tonight, I'm gonna share with you my experience on Twitter, what happened on Twitter, what happened with my engagement with some of the Caspa community members on Twitter. And it is good. It's a good thing. All dialogue, banter is always healthy, always good. You get a sense of the community, what they're about. But I think that overall, guys, we need to focus on fundamentals. Caspa is fundamentally bullish. It is a great project, and I feel that Caspa is going to do some great things. But when you're talking about price action and you're talking about taking profits, there's nothing wrong with taking profits, and there's nothing wrong with expecting a dip to buy at lower levels. Guys, we're going to get into that a little bit more tonight. We'll take a look at the Caspa chart for sure, and any other projects that you want me to talk about on the channel, we'll take a look at them tonight, and I'll put them in top priority. All right, let's continue here. The graph going sideways, Algorand going sideways, synthetics getting a bit of relief to the upside and continuing its trajectory. Maybe it was starting to roll over. We talked about SNX last night on the live stream. So far so good. Multiverse, EGLD not doing much, still hanging out there. Really boring price action for that project. I expected some bullishness, but since it's rebrand, it didn't do very well. So that's an unfortunate thing. BitGet got in a bit of relief and now going sideways. Render waking up just a little bit. At 6.7%, up $1.47. I was thinking about buying in at about $1.20. Didn't really hit that target, but you know what? I'm patient. We'll see what happens. I still feel like we could be coming down, and if Bitcoin gives us that indication that we're going to be getting a bit of a dip, it could be that Render, right now is getting a bit of relief to the upside, and I'm going to be very patient here with Render. And I want to buy some of my bags back for sure, because I did take significant amount of profits earlier on when it was rallying up, and I want to buy back in and reaccumulate my position at lower levels. So I'm going to be patient. I'll keep you posted on the Render. Guys, on the Discord, I give you a lot of more frequent updates, and obviously I release 2 videos a day here on YouTube, but the Discord is a place where I basically engage a lot more frequent, and I give you updates along the way, so feel free to join. Radix getting a bit of relief, but now going sideways. It does look like it might want to come down, but technically speaking, it does look like a bull flag. It could get a nice continuation to the upside in the immediate short term, so we can take a look at that one tonight, of course, as well. IOTA getting more of a bounce, looking pretty good. Lots of more green price action to the upside. That's pretty good. I like that. Kava, slow grind to the upside, slow and steady. Thorchain, another one, slow and steady to the upside, but it is reaching previous highs, so I'm a bit concerned about that, if it's going to have enough strength to make a higher high or break out with some conviction. But the rest of the market, look at this, pretty sideways everywhere, either coming down or going sideways, and that's an unfortunate thing. Hyobi getting a bit of a bounce, nice grind to the upside, slow and steady, but the overall consensus here on the market is sideways or a bit of a dip. We do have some random rallies here and there, or retracements, or tests of higher levels, but generally speaking, it's still sideways and coming down to lower levels. What's going on here with the trending coins here on CoinGecko? We have Pink BNB. What is going on with this? I have no idea what this is. Interesting. Tamadoj yesterday was doing well and it's still doing well. Wagme Games, gaming narrative. Guys, today's video is all about GFAL. Part of that gaming narrative. I am super bullish, and I'm going to share my experience here with GFAL and what I've been experiencing, and unfortunately leads me in a position where, I don't have any exposure. And for those of you that are feeling the same way, at least I can share my experience with you guys, and if you relate, great, because maybe we can learn something together. All right, let's continue. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. I know you're here to talk about price action. Let's begin looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not doing anything, not giving me much of an edge. It is still going sideways, looking for support. It is very possible that we do get some support here. We do see signs of bullish divergence here on the momentum, still intact. Nothing really happening here with the RSI, still upward sloping, while the price action is downward sloping, slightly downward sloping. So, there's class A bullish divergence happening right now, but it doesn't mean that we're going to get some support here. I see the horizontals down a little bit deeper at about 25,000. That's where the real support is, and it could be that we get that impulse to the downside. What's the 4-hour looking like? 4-hour right now is in the chop zone, going sideways at the 50% mark on the RSI, which leads me to believe that, maybe it's not a real good trading zone. And as we speak, we're looking like we want to break to the upside, which means that we might get some relief, which is good in the short term. Really good. At the end of the day, expecting the momentum to fully reset, overbought, oversold, overbought type of thing, and bounce back and forth. It's a great pattern, no doubt, but it doesn't have to happen, right? We went from oversold to overbought, then we came back hanging out in the chop zone, and ideally, and most often what it does, it gets a full reset and comes back to oversold. And in between is where a lot of people get wrecked, because this is where you get the fake outs. Like right now, maybe it could be a fake out where you see a bit of momentum climbing, and then all of a sudden, kapuya, all the way down, back to lower levels, maybe back to the bottom of the range, hitting 25,000. Nonetheless, guys, I am bullish. I'm bullish on crypto. I am bullish because I believe the bull run is around the corner. I'm bullish because I'm accumulating, and I believe in a lot of these projects, especially the new ones coming around, that they have a lot of good fundamentals that we should be bullish about. But Bitcoin's not giving it to me right now. I'm going to be hesitant on Bitcoin. I'm going to be looking for altcoins. I'm going to be looking for new narratives. I'm going to be looking for smaller cap, mid caps, low cap altcoins that have good fundamentals. And of course, GFAL is one of them. All right, it's part of the gaming narrative, and it's really bullish. So let's take a look. Okay, right now we see GFAL. Definitely, we talked about this live, and I'm going right now in. We're talking about this in context of the fact that I think a lot of people have been just waiting on the sidelines, and I'm one of them. And I'm one of them. Be honest, I've been looking for dips, and I'm looking for retracements. And one of the biggest criticisms from others for people that look for dips is, what about if you don't get one? And I agree with that. What about if I'm on the sidelines waiting for that dip and it never happens? The train leaves without me. And it could be that the train did leave, and I'm totally fine with that. And that's a lesson that we all have to learn, because at the end of the day, it's a lesson and it's a scenario that you will always experience. You're never going to avoid that, right? Because if you don't take risk, right? If you don't take risk, you're basically taking the chance that you might miss the train. And I didn't take the risk. And it's because of my overall convictions. It's about my trading strategy. But guess what, guys? I don't mind. GFAL is bullish. And at the end of the day, I'll wait for any dips. Whatever I get upon a confirmation, even if it's slightly higher, I'm good with that. I accepted that, but I also accept the fact that I am not going to trade against my conditions. I do have trading conditions that I wait for, and I am very, very adamant about keeping those rules intact, and that's what made me a very profitable trader in the last little while. Even in a bear market, I've been very profitable. So for me, I am okay with keeping my rules and my strategy totally intact, even if I miss out on an opportunity. So if you're one of those exactly like me, what should we be doing? Now look at the measured move, guys. We did analyze this. I wanted to get in here. We wicked straight down to this level before, and I didn't get my buy order filled. Unfortunate, very, very unfortunate, because I would have been very happy right now, and it didn't happen. If you were able to front run this green arrow and get in, fine, great, congratulations, you've done it, guys. But right now, to be honest, is the time to consider taking profits. Couple reasons. Now, I'm not trying to spread FUD here. I'm trying to be real with you, and if you disagree with my analysis, feel free to let me know. But this is my analysis right now. The RSI is overbought, clearly overbought, higher than it was previously. That's a bit of a concern. The EMAs on the MACD and the histogram bars are still very bullish, nice and green, pointing to the upside, and very, very deep in the bullish control zone. I like it. Looking good. This project fundamentally is solid, to the point that I feel like releasing a deep dive this Sunday. Guys, speaking of deep dives, if you have any requests that I should be doing a deep dive, a project that I should be doing a deep dive on, feel free to join that Discord. There's a channel there where you can make those requests, and I'm leaning on whether I should be doing GFAL. I don't know. I feel like I should be looking into it a little bit more. I do get the gist of it. I know the fundamentals are bullish, but I want more detail. I want a deep dive. I think I'm due for a deep dive to really look into more detail about this project. And it did break out. Now, according to, technical trading, technical analysis, a measured move of the opening of the wedge, and we did break out, pretty much at good targets, 70% maybe towards the apex of this, ascending triangle, let's put it that way, and we are currently hitting a good take profit zone. So we're overbought on the daily, the MACD is over, nicely extended. Okay, we don't get any bearish edge just yet, and for that matter, we are not getting a bearish edge even on the RSI on the daily. We would like to see bearish divergence at least, but we're getting to that zone where we got to be careful. We got to keep an eye on the fact that we want to protect these gains because we're in that zone. Okay, now we hit that 1.27 extension level. If you use Fibonacci theory, we know that in price discovery, Fibonacci extension levels are the most popular tool for traders because we don't have any price action looking left to use as any indication of resistance other than Fibonacci theory. Okay, so 1.27, 1.618 golden pocket extension levels are definitely hit right now, and you can see that after we hit the 1.618 extension, which is pretty much that measured move to the upside with a lot of confluence, guys, we definitely got rejected. A bit of a wick here happening. Now, I'm not saying we're going to retrace and come right back down to these bottoms. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if I'm going to get in, if I'm going to find an opportunity to buy the dip on GFAL, I am definitely waiting for a full reset of this momentum on the daily. Even if I never get one, I'm okay with it. I'll be looking for other gaming projects within the same narrative that are super bullish as well. I am not buying the tops, right? So with that conviction set and that overall theory set and that strategy set, you know that at this level, I am looking at protecting the gains. If you happen to buy in at lower levels, anywhere around this consolidation, even if you're a breakout trader, look at this nice breakout. You did break out, great. Guys, just keep in mind, the breakout happened with no volume. Very, very little volume. In fact, still diminishing volume. Okay, so that means that there's not much conviction in this pump. I really don't like when the volume when this happens with no volume. That means the retracement is very likely. Okay, very, very likely. So in this case, I am not very happy with that, but nonetheless, it's still looking bullish. I'm not saying take profits just yet, but get ready to do that. Right now, the 4-hour might give us that indication that maybe we should be taking profits. Let's do the 4-hour. You can see that that wick now looks like a tweezer top, right? A big tweezer top. Guys, that's a bearish pattern if you're using candlestick. Now, if we also see the EMAs on the MACD still facing up, we see that the RSI is also very overbought. Overbought on the daily, overbought on the 4-hour. That's kind of expected given the fact that it did rally up with a significant amount of strength in the last little while. So overbought scenario is definitely there. Any signs of bearish divergence? None whatsoever. None whatsoever on the 4-hour, none on the daily. So really, the continuation to the upside is very, very possible. Now, the only thing bearish that we have currently is the tweezer top. We have hit very important levels of Fibonacci theory of resistance at 1.618 extension, and we got a bit of a rejection respecting that zone. So guys, that's something to consider, okay? Something to consider. Now, if you are considering to take profits, what I would be looking for is a sign of bearish divergence at these levels. So price action continuing to go to the upside while the momentum is shifting to the downside. So I'm going to put a hypothetical scenario in here. You're going to want to see that this RSI is going to be downward sloping while the price action continues to go up. If you see that, even on the MACD, price action continues to go up while the MACD is falling, that means eventually we should see the price action diverge from the momentum and come back down. Okay, and if it does come back down, we are looking for a backtest. We are looking for a backtest of this sideways consolidation or these tops. If we backtest it, that might be giving you the opportunity to get in long. But guess what? I am not going to get in unless I see oversold conditions on the RSI. Like right here, we got oversold, and that's why I had that arrow in, but I didn't get filled, unfortunately. I should have got in here, but I didn't. Of course, I stuck with my conviction, I stuck with my rules, and unfortunately, I paid the price by not FOMOing in. But guys, no worries, no worries. Now we're gonna come down to back to lower levels. Eventually, one day, we're gonna get that full reset of the momentum on the 4-hour and on the daily, and then we're gonna be looking for buy opportunities. And right now, I'm looking at if we could come down to about 1.3 cents. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I know it's not as low as here, but I'm also okay with that. We have a bit of a volume gap here that I'm interested in. If you notice, look at the volume right around this zone. It kind of diminishes, and obviously right here. So even if we come right around this zone, I'm going to put a horizontal in there, and I'm going to be clear about the fact that even that though there's not much volume here, there's a big indent down here, and it does indent significantly around this level where we don't have much volume to act as support if we were to come down. But of course, we have to see if we get support here, right? Support on this top is going to be really, really bullish. But again, one of my rules is I don't buy overbought scenarios, neither on the 4-hour or the daily. So I'm going to wait for the daily to get fully reset. I want the daily to get down to oversold conditions. I want the 4-hour to come down to oversold conditions. I want to get to horizontal levels of support, one being right around the zone. I'm interested if it does get fully reset here, which I doubt because it's too close and it needs more price action to come down, but I'm still interested. I'll put there a nice green arrow to say, look, at this level, if the conditions are met, I'm interested. If they're not met, let it come down. Let it come down and be patient. And now, if it comes down, I'm also interested here. And we'll watch for the momentum. And then if it keeps on coming down and the momentum's not fully reset, no worries. I'm reinstating my initial interest area, which is down here. And I'm going to just replace this green arrow with that one. I just keep it consistent. These are my 3 areas that I'm interested in holding support and buying the dip only when the momentum fully resets on the daily and on the 4-hour. I want to see a momentum shift to the downside, and then I'm interested. Right now, it's very bullish, looking pretty strong in a scenario where the market right now is either going sideways or downward sloping. For me, that is not very healthy scenario whatsoever, and GFAL is going rogue. It's doing its own thing because it's super bullish. All the power to GFAL, but I'm not buying the tops because at any moment we might be exit liquidity. So I'm going to be careful here with my capital, and I'm going to infuse my capital into a position when I get in that optimal areas. All right, guys, thank you for stopping by. I am going to be live at 7:30 tonight. Feel free to join, guys. If you have any projects to discuss or you're interested in any projects, that is a great place and time to join live tonight at 7:30. If you haven't yet, slap that like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. Follow me on the socials. The links are in the description below. The Discord is a great community. Lots of good trade setups, fundamentals, learning, lots of stuff happening there. Check it out, guys. Take care. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.